Top news headlines. 5 Manipuri Olympians felicitated. Hockey players Nilakanta Sushila Chanu appointed as Deputy Director, Assistant Director in Youth Affairs and Sports Department. Centre willing to recognize Manipuri as a classical language, says MP King Sanachauba Leshemba. And India reports 34,457 new COVID-19 cases with 375 deaths in last 24 hours. Very good evening and welcome to MAMITv Primetime English News. This is MASACO NINGTHOUJAM giving you the latest news updates. State Cabinet has decided to bring down the price of petrol and diesel by 4 rupees from the earlier prices of 106.36 rupees and 94.61 rupees respectively. Chief Minister N. Biren made the announcement today during the felicitation program of 5 Olympians from Manipur who participated in the recent Tokyo Olympic Games 2020 held at Khuman Lampak Main Indoor Stadium today. Union Minister Prahlad Singh Patel, 5 Manipuri Olympians, namely MC Mary Kom, Shanglakpam Nilakanta Sharma, Sushila Chanu Pokhrambam, Likmabam Sushila Devi and Saikom Mirabai Chanu, Ministers, President of Hockey India Gyanendra Ningombam, General Secretary of Gymnastic Federation of India Shanti Kumar, President of Manipur Olympic Association and MLA of Hairok Assembly Constituency Dr. T.H. Radheshyam and former Olympians of the state attended the felicitation program. Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports Letpao Haukip and officials also attended the program. Wushu players demonstrated their skills during the event. The coaches of the 5 Olympians were appropriately honored during the felicitation program. The government also handed over checks to Mary Kom, Nilakanta Sharma, Sushila Chanu and Likmabam Sushila as announced by the state government. Later, appointment orders for Deputy Director and Assistant Director of Youth Affairs and Sports were handed over to Nilakanta Sharma and Sushila Chanu Pokhrambam, respectively. Speaking at the felicitation program, Chief Minister N. Biren said, "People must praise the state government for the measures taken up for the upliftment of the players for a state with limited resources and income." He said, with the help of Khelo India, the government is trying to produce more players from every district of the state. He also said they will work on setting up astroturfs in most districts. The Chief Minister also expressed happiness that both Indian men and women hockey team were able to make history at Tokyo Olympics 2020 under the presidency of Gyanendra Ningombam of Hockey India.
Manipur Olympian Park nama coba mah. Rohingya ini mobile dari awal beli deh. Madugi sahaja ada desain. Adugi manu tuh. Jadi kalau ada qualified orang Olympian darah mah. Yang koi stage sana napa, order napa, loine koi order tuh boleh. Ada yang kisah deh. Encouragement, respect nih, honor nih. Bikrama Manipur sih Jauh Bharat ini silakan ada. Olympic itu silakan ada. Jauh kan ada yang itu. Itu ni miru nak tunggu. Aduga, hena jodoh tunggu waktu itu kereta boleh. Miru nasi miru orang ni tunggu miru siapa nak buat? That's something we need. Constructive work. Sarkar sebenarnya ada yang baik sports kerana degi. Aku ni kereta boleh bagus. Darah ni pan. Olympians ini mungkin ni hena.
Member of Rajya Sabha, King Sanajauba Leshemba, has said that Government of India appears to be willing to recognize Manipuri language as a classical language and also have it imprinted on the Indian currency notes. Giving a message to the public on Manipuri Language Day yesterday, MP King Sanajauba said the Government of India and department concerned must work together to make this possible, or else it will be difficult for the government alone to work on this, he added. He raised the matter in the Rajya Sabha on September 22nd last year, drawing attention of the government to recognize Manipuri language as a classical language. If it is approved, Manipuri language will be the 7th language to be recognized as the classical language. MP King Sanajauba Leshemba further said the state government and the department concerned must work together to make this possible at the earliest, as there are other languages too which are vying for the same.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯥꯛꯍꯧꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯇꯔꯦꯠ ꯁꯨꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯀ꯭ꯂꯥꯁꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯂꯦꯡꯒ꯭ꯋꯦꯖ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯂꯣꯟ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯣꯏꯖꯒꯗꯕꯁꯦ ꯃꯤꯅ ꯍꯥꯟꯈꯤꯒꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗꯒꯤ ꯊꯃꯣꯏ ꯁꯦꯡꯅ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯠ ꯒꯚꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯠ ꯑꯃꯁꯨꯡ ꯃꯔꯤ ꯂꯩꯅꯕ ꯂꯣꯟꯒꯤ ꯃꯌꯦꯛꯀꯤ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯔꯤ ꯂꯩꯅꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯣꯏꯁꯪꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯍꯤꯔꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯊꯋꯥꯏ ꯌꯥꯎꯕꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯣꯂꯔꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯔꯤꯁꯣꯔꯁ ꯄꯥꯔꯁꯟꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯊꯋꯥꯏ ꯌꯥꯎꯕꯤꯕ ꯏꯔꯩꯆꯥ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯃꯛꯅ ꯃꯁꯤꯗ ꯈꯖꯤꯛꯇꯪ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯄꯨꯛꯅꯤꯡ ꯆꯪꯕꯤꯔꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯣꯟ ꯑꯁꯦ ꯑꯊꯨꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯒꯤ ꯀ꯭ꯂꯥꯁꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯂꯦꯡꯒ꯭ꯋꯦꯖꯀꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯇꯁꯇ ꯆꯜꯍꯧꯅꯕ ꯑꯃꯁꯨꯡ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯌꯦꯛꯁꯦ ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯒꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯀꯔꯦꯟꯁꯤ ꯅꯣꯠꯇ ꯌꯥꯎꯍꯧꯅꯕ ꯃꯁꯤꯃꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯃꯛꯅ ꯄꯨꯟꯅ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯃꯤꯟꯅꯁꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯄꯤꯜ ꯑꯃꯁꯨ ꯑꯩ ꯉꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠꯁꯤꯗ ꯇꯧꯖꯔꯤ.
India reported 34,457 new COVID-19 cases, with 375 people succumbing to the infection in the last 24 hours, according to the data shared by the Union Health Ministry. Total recoveries were at 3.15 crore across the country, while active cases stood at 3.61 lakh. In the last 24 hours, active cases declined by 2,265 and a total of 36,347 patients recovered. The recovery rate further increased to 97.54%, while the weekly positivity rate continued to remain below 5%. A total of 36.36 lakh vaccine doses were administered in the last 24 hours, which brings the total tally of doses administered to 57.61 crore. Maria Begum said, if we want to achieve success, we must strive for it rather than sitting around and waiting for things to happen. Maria is the first Muslim female officer from the Northeast selected for Indian Air Force. Speaking exclusively to MAMITv, Maria Begum said, we must have a goal and to follow it wholeheartedly to achieve success in life. She is sure to give benefit to the public through her work.
I dream in a Kanjaba Hana, the armed forces ki dream say fulfill the Unabagi the Makta Egi footsteps say early from the childhood start because I had to build up my personality. Haina Banadi noticed the first Aina Oidori and Haine first lady officer in Indian Air Force. Adubo Egi younger generation da ina Haning ba Haibadi Aina goal ama set tauraga goal dogi damakta kamaina hard work tauri habado that is most important. Not doesn't matter ki nangi like financial conditions ba nangi mentally nangona pressure kya amla habado. So this is it matters so that in future too I would be able to make you and each one of you and everyone proud dutanigi.
Meanwhile, Maria's father, Abdul Halim Chaudhary, said she has always been a studious girl since her early age and took interest in NCC. He expressed happiness for her selection as an officer in the Indian Air Force. Maria Begum hails from Tambayum of Lakhipur in Kasar district, Assam. She is the first female from the Muslim community of the Northeast who has been selected as the officer in Indian Air Force. District Health Society, Ziribam, has organized an awareness program Kamdura net distribution yesterday at Lakhipur Ward number 9 after a person was found positive for Japanese encephalitis last week. The program distribution was held at Mera Club, Lakhipur. DSO of Ziribam District Hospital, Dr. Nonika, Dr. Roshila, Dr. Lojinganbi and club members took part in the program. The district administration lauded the advisor of Mera Club, P. Ibocha, for giving his consent to organize the awareness program. They also urged the CMO of the district to take appropriate measures. During the program, Dr. Lojinganbi gave demonstration on the preventive measures from Japanese encephalitis.
Ayuk mungkin wajib semua macam itu kamu nak tungkan dia, juga sedikit nama tanina, juga insecticides hari dia kena kang, si kita kita akan bersih surrounding the site of people ko, juga even nak kena level yang hangga mati yang hoga jaga di site ko ni imong mana the site ko ni surrounding site hari ko kena kang di, mungkin masih dia hendak ko.
71 Congress workers from 33/2 Kakmayai, 33/4 Pitra and 33/7 Salungpham of Hairuk Assembly constituency have extended support to MLA of the constituency, T.H. Radheshyam. The MLA felicitated the new party workers by presenting them party caps and shawls. Speaking at the program, MLA Radheshyam said new members are joining the party because of the hard work by the BJP workers. Party workers and MLA have been bestowed with the responsibility to reach the government development schemes to the people of the constituency, the MLA said. He also gave assurance that the Wangjing to Salungpham road stretch leading to Ningthil will be blacktopped at the earliest. He also appealed to the people to cooperate among party workers to produce good people in the field of education, sports and arts and culture.
Moi ni sei ni phu mo pai ka ari oda ko nga apoi ki oda swakir ngai sei tara am pai ka ai ni sei om ka tena ni me corona sa ka sei manga ka tang ga om tang yeng bi ro tonga mi ni tong ma te me am sa ka re ai ki ma te su tang sa bi ro ada tam ja tang pi bi ro aw ai na soi ngam yau i ba sei om ma kai mari pro ka sila la ki de ko ti ro ni mo nga ma ta so i le re so ibu ni upani isa ni na ni yang mani ai kami rakan da mayam na kira da mu ta sewa to mun biwa wai kare sai da mayam.
Kukching DC issued a new order to withdraw the order issued for Quarry at Sora Hill on August 2nd. After the new order, a team of DFO of Central Forest, R.K. Amarjit, and representatives of District Administration, Kukching, inspected Sora Hill. Speaking at the inspection visit, Amarjit said the High Court of Manipur has ordered against any land quarry from the hill of the state. However, it can be carried after Environment Impact Assessment under Manipur Minor Mineral Concession Rule 2012 and Minor and Minerals Act 1957. He informed that the order was cancelled as the quarry at Sora Hill does not follow the Act. Taking part in the visit, representative of District Administration, Kukching, SDO Kukching, M. Poralungkabui, said land quarrying in the area has been prohibited as it is against the law. Meanwhile, Chairman of Safe Environment Campaign Committee, Mutum Inaubi Singh, sent a written appeal to the Chief Secretary, Additional Chief Secretary, Principal Chief Conservator of Forest Environment and Climate Change on August 16th regarding the land quarry in the area. Cycling for Humanity activist Rohan Film and KG Moirang Kendra Apunba Loop under the sponsorship of Gunj, a Voice, an effort www.gonj.org has distributed ration to 100 families of 20 localities under the jurisdiction of Moirang Municipal Council who are affected by COVID pandemic. The ration was distributed under the theme Rahat COVID. Rohan Film, president of KEMKAL, M. Shanti Kumar, and General Secretary H. Somikanta took part in the distribution program. Taking part in the distribution, Rohan Films said the first phase of the distribution was arranged with KEMKL Moirang for those who have been facing acute hardship during the pandemic. He added that they will continue their program at other places too in the future. Yaripok Beat Office of Forest Department M. Birain, Hairok Beat Officer L. Bobby and Palil Beat Officer Muhammad Salahuddin, in collaboration with Inganglok Nongpok Ningthau Pantoibi Youth Club, jointly organized tree plantation at Inganglok under Hairok Beat Office of Thoubal District. Beat Officer of Hairok L. Bobby said the plantation drive was organized to maintain the ecological balance of the earth with the help of local clubs. President of Inganglok Nongpok Ningthau Pantoibi Youth Club, Kundongbam Himanta, President of Wildlife and Biodiversity Conservation Committee, WBCC Manipur, Rabi Takilambam, Publicity Secretary, Robi NINGTHOUJAM, Wildlife Warden, W. Ramchandra, and the staff of the Forest Department attended the tree plantation. Imol Students Union Manipur and Tuisarog Village Authority has informed that Imol Waterfall in Technopal District has been reopened for the public after it was closed owing to COVID-19. Informing about the reopening of the waterfall in a press note, the union said visitors can visit the site after a ticket from the union counter. They also informed that any form of drug is prohibited in the area. It further said the site will be open every day except Sundays from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. All Manipur United Clubs organization, MASACO, distributed 5 kg rice each to 143 households of Imphal East and Kangpokpi district. The organization distributes rice to 113 houses of Kongba Ketri Lekai, Kongba Uchekon Kuno, Uchekon Takok Mapal, Top Kongnangkong Mamang, and Top Kongnangkong Maning, and 30 houses of Longa Koiring in Kangpokpi district. Speaking at the distribution, President of MASACO, P.H. Nando Luang, said the organization have been extensively providing assistance to the people greatly affected by the pandemic since the beginning. He also appealed to the well-off people in various localities to help the underprivileged section of the area.
Kungi miyam na mating pambibadani taseng na koi bijari basi imung amada kai suyamna kona gadaba nati adu ba koi na basi bijabaga pauji lamga purga lakchari basi Manipur lengakna sugumba Manipur ki COVID-19 lam thengna ba matamda jinja ki awaba mayung miyam na sida su khara akana mi ama tambiraga makhoki da su thora ma paket pi haiba wafam sima ga su akoi itadadna pauji masigi wafam ji pujraga koi lakchari aduga amana Manipur ki toan toan ba kunjinga koi hawjiti koi lamdam sigi koi gi yelumi koi machine wai ni ba koi machine ji amaga cooperation pinaraga amaga mateng pangnaga koi punning mina bai matam poi bani.
With the aim to encourage the spirit of games and sports to the youth, Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Letpao Haukip, handed over badminton court mats to District Badminton Association, Technopal, at his official quarter in Lamphilpat today. Director of YAS, T. Fulen Meite, was also present at the distribution. Notably, badminton court mats were also distributed to other districts in the past. Now it's time for a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Kausha College of Engineering, Karnataka gi 2021-22 gi oina admission hausari. Karnataka government as sakhang bagaloinina AICTE amadi UGC New Delhi nasu sakhang loba college asi Visvesvaraya Technological University Belagavi affiliate toba college ni. Akuba marol gi damag Imphal gi Y Academy da contact tobiu natraga mobile number 8730925131 natraga 8904616171 da contact tobiu.
LX Sublimation. Pauna Bazaar Imphal, JMG Shopping Complex, first floor. Mafam asida mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame, sublimation ki pot khuding mug wholesale da pangbigani. Items available are mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame. All the mentioned items will be available at wholesale rate in LX Sublimation.
Welcome back after the break. Moving on to the national news, around 150 Indian citizens were picked up by the Taliban from outside the gates of Kabul airport this morning, according to a top government source who also said that they were in no immediate danger. The Indian nationals were being questioned at a nearby police station, the source said. Back-channel talks are ongoing to secure the release of all Indian citizens, the source added. This came hours after an Indian Air Force transport aircraft managed to evacuate around 85 Indians from Kabul, and the plane has landed safely in Tajikistan, sources said, adding that a second aircraft is on standby in India for further evacuations. India has evacuated all embassy staff, but an estimated 1,000 citizens remain in several cities in the war-torn country, and ascertaining their location and condition is proving to be a challenge, a Home Ministry official had said, since not all of them registered themselves with the embassy. Separately, the political office of the Taliban had also sent messages to Delhi urging against the evacuation of diplomats and embassy staff, saying India had nothing to fear for their safety. 14 people were arrested from across Assam for alleged social media posts supporting the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan, police said. The arrests were made since Friday night, and they have been charged under different sections of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, IT Act and CRPC, a senior police officer said. Deputy Inspector General Violet Barua said the Assam police is taking stern legal action against pro-Taliban comments on social media that are harmful to national security. 9 digital media organizations working in Northeast came together to form the Northeast Association for Digital Communication and Media, NADCOM. The association, registered with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs as a not-for-profit Section 8 company, will help evolve and amplify the best practices, keeping in high regards the ethics and standards of journalism. The association's values stand true with the values enshrined in the Constitution of India in its preamble. Guwahati-based East Mojo, G+, Inside NE, Northeast Now, Time 8 and The News Mill, Shillong-based The Northeast Today, Garo Hills-based Hub News and Gangtok-based The Sikkim Chronicle are the founding members of the association. The founding members recently held a general meeting and elected Sujata Gurung Chaudhary, Northeast Now, as chairperson NADCOM for 2021-22. Moving on to the international news, the United States is going to retain a laser focus on its counter-terrorism mission in Afghanistan, President Joe Biden said on Friday, and warned the Taliban of a forceful response to any attack on American forces or disruption of its operations at the Kabul airport. Biden told reporters at a White House news conference that they are also keeping a close watch on any potential terrorist threat at or around the airport, including from the ISIS affiliates and in Afghanistan. He further said that Secretary of State Tony Blinken and other administration officials met NATO allies on Friday morning on the way forward so that Afghanistan cannot be used as a base to launch terror attacks on the US and its allies. Now, before we wrap up, the top news headlines once again. Five Manipuri Olympians felicitated. Hockey players Nilakanta Sushila Chanu appointed as Deputy Director, Assistant Director in Youth Affairs and Sports Department. Centre willing to recognize Manipuri as classical language, says MP King Sanachauba Leshemba. And India reports 34,457 new COVID-19 cases with 375 deaths in last 24 hours. And that's all for the Primetime English News. Thank you for watching.
Gausia College of Engineering Karnataka gi 2021-22 gi oina admission hausari. Karnataka government as sakhangbaga loinina AICTE amadi UGC New Delhi nasu sakhanglaba college asi Visvesvarya Technological University Belagavi affiliate toba college ni. Akuba marol gi damag Imphal gi Y Academy da contact tobiu natraga mobile number 8730925131 natraga 8904